folks, welcome to the finals of Tomb Raider 1. And these are Netla's mines. And what is important to note here, you will see that my shotgun is missing and that my holsters are empty. Yes, I am completely unarmed. Netla's ghouls confiscated my weapons. Which naturally means that I'm currently unable to use my weapons and to fight. Well, and I said it before in the Lost Valley, remember passages behind a waterfall. But anyway, back to business. This level contains 3 boss fights. Now technically all 3 of them can be skipped, but I don't recommend you to, as killing the bosses is the way to recover your weapons, with the big exception of the basic pistols, as they can just be found without any fighting. After all, you need a weapon for the first fight. So, recovering my pistols is my first task. Luckily, this is all possible to do without triggering any bosses. And well, yeah, it was not well visible. That cabin hanging up there is where my pistols can be found. And this little building, you can see 3 fuses are missing, and finding them will allow me to lower that cage. Now, very important is this puzzle is bugged. If you save your game after you plugged in 1 or 2 of the fuses, but not yet all 3, the cabin will be bugged, meaning that you can't recover your pistols. And that will get you some trouble with the bosses. So in other words, find the fuses first and don't put them in before you got them all. Well, And this switch will move the boat. Quite odd for a boat to be connected to a switch like that. In that kind of sense, the game is not that logical. Or sound like Mr. Spock. Now, there are several boulders here, so that was a bit English in a Dutch way. Anyway, there are 3 boulders here, and they can start rolling like this on any right or wrong movement. The trick is to get past them without them rolling on the wrong moment, crushing you in the process, but also rendering this puzzle unsolvable. One thing is nice to note: if you manage to leave this place, all boulders will be reset, meaning that you can try it again. I can't get past that boulder yet. That is the place I gotta enter. So that means I messed up. And this way I can exit the place and try again, having all boulders reset. And the boulder behind me now remains. And this is the first fuse. Yes, that boulder went rolling, but now that's supposed to happen. As I got the fuse now, I have no more business here. Very good. For now there is nothing I can do here, so let's get out of here. I will get back here later. Okay. I could only get onto the shore here thanks to that boat. Yeah, only the damaged containers can be moved. Now, what is important to note about that drill cart that just moved is that it also opens the way to the first boss. However, you don't want to meet him as long as you don't have your guns recovered. But one of the fuses is very close to him. Let's first push this. That takes care of that. Oh, nice, some Uzi clips. Now, if I only had an Uzi. But my Uzi can only be recovered by defeating the second boss. However, the first is in this very room. As long as I stay on this side of the rock, it shouldn't activate. Or he shouldn't activate, it's actually a human guy. Right, I got the fuse. Nothing to do here as long as I don't have my guns. So let's get out of here. Yeah, recovering the guns is a lot. Going back and forth. As soon as I can go for the first boss, that will stop. But for that, I first gotta find the last fuse. Let's pick up that medipack before it gets crushed under the cabin. Well, the fuse is on that conveyor. But as you can see, out of my reach, Lara is too big to fit in. So let's start the conveyor. The fuse should just come out. And that should be all 3 of them. Yes. So let's go plug them in. No, not that way. This way. That's 1. No save games until I got my guns back. And that's 3. There they are. Now, important to note is that when you press the button to aim your weapons, she won't do it. So let's just select them. And now I can just get to fight again as normal. Now it is technically possible that you complete this dungeon without any of your weapons recovered. However, that will still mean that you start the next one with your pistols. However, how they got back in your holsters, nobody knows. I guess they simply didn't take it in mind that some people would try it. Now, before I activate the boss, what is very important to know about this room is it is full of pits, all of them filled with lava. In other words, one wrong step and you're done for. That makes it unwise to fight the boss in this room, so it can be better to lure him out. Ain't nothing personal. You're too old to play hide and seek. boss is very commonly referred to as the cowboy. I guess due to the way he's dressed. Ceiling too low. The sound of his shots already make it clear that he is armed with the magnums. He's dead, Jim. And so I got myself a pair of magnums. But I won't need any guns for the time being. Does not count as a secret passage. But a free medipack is always a handy thing to have. Let's first make a save game, because for some reason this particular jump easily goes wrong. Well, fortunately not this time. And my big mouth. Let's make another save game. Don't want to do that first jump again. Good. That settles it. Yeah, let's go down. that way. Definitely not a running jump, or lava will just jump over this platform. Well, the object here is easy, reach the other side. However, some platforms are nicely straight and others are just slides down straight into the lava. Let's make a little save game before I start on this, as this is one of those challenges that easily go wrong. Good look. Yes, the left one is the one that will mean death. So, to the right one. However, this time it's the other way around. Now the one on the left is the correct one and the one on the right the killer. Made it! Well, not that this jump is difficult, it's just in order not to have the previous task again. TNT. Yes, Jamie wants big boom. Jamie gets big boom. But first, let's put the TNT into possession. Now, only this damaged TNT crate can be moved. I gotta push it some more to bring it into the correct position. Now this level has been designed that way that there is no way to make this TNT block go kaboom at the wrong position. So I guess that makes things easier. That should do. Yeah, that's pretty pointless. Well, the switch that makes the block go kaboom is further on. That doesn't work. This does. This is a bit of a nasty jump. It requires the perfect angle. try to get a correct angle to make the next jump. Trying to do that too quickly would get you killed anyway. So I've never really understood the point of that boulder trap. Right, time for big boom. And some magnum clips. Always nice to have. Whee! Yes, if you hated this jump, pretty unfortunate that you have to do it again, as that's the only way out of here. And thanks to the boom, I can now make my way over here. And that room is where the second boss will appear, the skateboard guy. He is armed with a set of Uzis, and that will make him very unpleasant to deal with. And that was just stupidity. That was just a panic. Well, let those Uzi clips be. As long as I haven't defeated the boss, I can't do anything with them anyway. And this was on purpose, as this is a secret passage. Let's claim the prizes. Come on. I don't have unlimited oxygen, you know? Very good. That skateboard guy can't get me from here. But from here he can.
You firing me? You firing at me, huh? Ain't nobody else here. You must be firing at me.
Yes, I'm firing at you. Come on, little boy. And now the Uzis are mine. Yes. Take those bloody clips. And one more boss ahead in this level. Incoming. They really like those boulders. Let's see. Ah yes, a way to climb up. However, the used textures make it pretty hard to see which way you should go. That should do it. And one more up, and we are getting ourselves into the first pyramid room. Doesn't really look like a pyramid, but that is because we are on the inside. Takes care of that. Yeah, the door is locked. But that's not really my concern at this moment. My prime concern is now here. now I should be able to push this block a bit further. So I can flip the switch. Why that door opens and immediately closes, I really don't know. I guess it's a way of taunting the player. Can't really think of anything else. Doesn't really matter. I can just take the long way around now that I flipped that switch and opened the other door. And that is also my ticket to the boss fight. Now I am a bit confused, but if I jump into the wrong pit, I will get myself killed, because that hole could be too... No, this is the correct one. Yes, the last boss is in that room. Say cheese.
Say cheese.
He's actually the easiest of the three. I don't think he would mind if I take a shotgun. He will definitely not need it anymore. And those are the gates into Atlantis. But before I can enter Atlantis, I first need to get past this little trick. Unfortunately, I don't have to do it entirely over. And now that camera is fucking on me. That's better. I mustn't be overconfident. Well, let's try that again. Why do I keep on doing that? That will only increase my chances of getting killed. Right. And now, in the right direction, this was where I needed to be. Now the door in those smaller pyramids, or at least that is what they are supposed to be, should open, so I can take the key to Atlantis. Well, all the hard work in this level is done now. Come on. And some Uzi clips here. That strange thing is the key into Atlantis. Okay, time to behold Atlantis. Well, between all levels are from this point a few little cutscenes. And this is just Natla bringing the Skion into position. Remember that whole thing, as it will be important when we go from this level into the last. I hope you don't mind me eating my breakfast. You may not have noticed, but between the two levels I have been to bed. Now, okay, that motherfucker messed this up a bit. When you look in this room, you see all kinds of orbs, and as you can see, Atlantean mutants can pop out of it. Now, this may only happen if the tubes connected to the orb are moving, like you see with the one closest to me here. Mostly they pop, releasing an Atlantean when I'm coming too close. Sometimes it's based on a little script. Also, because the tubes are not moving now, doesn't mean they won't start moving later. And I believe the last one on the left is also moving. Yes, it is. That takes care of that for now. And this leads to the upper floor, this area. Now, none of the tubes are moving right now, but that will soon change. Let's first get those shotgun shells. Okay, something did get on the move. A flying one. flying ones mostly need too much time to get close to me, which is actually pretty much in my advantage. Now, the non-flying ones are pretty fast and they know how to take the stairway up. The AI was sophisticated enough for that. That opens one door. Yes, I see tubes moving over there. Let's first flip this switch. Yes, not both orbs, the tubes are moving now. Yes, it runs straight to the stairway. Nasty. Almost got me killed. I'm now back on the way down. And this switch opens the door to the main shaft. This shaft is pretty high and the entire level revolves about that shaft. I will always get back here, but always higher and higher and higher. And the exit to the final level is at the top of this shaft. So let's get moving. And this is just a secret passage. Yes, you hear some flapping wings. There are flying mutants in that shaft. The best is to avoid them as much as possible. The way back is not an option. Not because of the flying mutants, but rather to the architecture of that passage. Let's see now. Yes, down is the way to go. Well, don't worry about that orb, it won't pop until it is too late for the creature inside to catch me anyway. That doesn't mean that this place isn't dangerous, so let's make a save game to be sure. I don't have to start all over if this gets messed up. Yes, I know, that was pretty sneaky, huh? That will open the door, and that will also start the tubes leading to the orb to move. Crisscross will make you jump, jump. Now let's not worry about positioning, Laura. The orb won't pop. It will only pop once I jump, and that is the moment it's too late for that creature anyway. Auf Wiedersehen. Now, this is a timed puzzle. That was not my intention. Should have made it a little run. No matter. The switch to open that door over there is underwater. And once I flip it, I must make my way over this slide and hit the door in time. You can also see there's a secret passage there at the end. However, this slide also contains 2 boulder traps. And I prefer to let those off while the timer isn't running. I should have aimed a little better. Don't worry about that flapping, that is just a creature unable to reach me in any sort of way. I've never been fully sure about that passage there. I know it is doable somehow. Let's try. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see this little secret. Let's do that again. Ah, wait a minute. It could be that I hit this passage before. It was only one that I discovered on one of my more recent plays. So that is why it's not engraved in my memory as much as other passages. Gotcha. I'm not sure if I tried to go for this in my non-commentary version. Now, there is another bottle trap here, but as you can see, it quite easily doesn't go off at all. Now I'm must focus. As every second is critical once I flip the switch. Of course, when I don't make it in time, I can just flip the switch again. Not a very good start. Alright, time's running. And why does she always swim backwards without my consent? I really do not know. And made it in time, and now that I passed through the door, it will remain open permanently. Yes, that lava over there looks pretty threatening. Not to worry at this particular moment, it cannot reach me. However, that is soon going to change. Don't worry, this flip is safe. That just opens a door. It's just from here that it's getting dangerous. Well, these jumps won't hurt me if I fail them. It just takes me a lot of swimming and extra walks. Well, and now I unleashed hell. Not that you mentioned that yet, but as you can see, the entire place over there is over flooded with lava. And the lava pushed the blocks to the other side of the room, so I can reach that corridor over there. Not out of the woods yet. Okay, that's fine. Just as I thought. However, this is just a small jump. Time to take a swim. Let's first flip the switch. So that is my way out of here. Yes. Yes. Take that. Damn, I wasted a lot of oxygen with that one. But I still made it in time. Well, you can see the klapzaag, and behind it is the shaft. The klapzaag will only activate once I am inside the shaft. This to make my way back a little bit harder. Especially with those mutants, that is a bit nasty. I really hope I can make it through without to deal with him. That was of course pretty much wishful thinking. Then again, I've made it through many times without any trouble. Of course I can also decide to delete those fuzzy clips. And those ones as well. Sometimes you must learn to leave the treasure be, as it's not worth the trouble. Let's see. All orbs are currently not connected to moving wires. What is important now to know is some switches are correct and will open one of the 3 submerged doors. And the other 3 will activate the orbs so enemies can come out. I believe this is one of the correct switches. None of the orbs activated. Good. About this one I'm not sure. It is a correct one. Now, even though I switched the correct one, you can see that one of the orbs has been activated. Not with too much trouble, just flip the switch and be out of here. Okay, that didn't hurt too much. And I am forever out of its reach. There is really no need to kill everything in your path in Tomb Raider. Quite often that's just a waste of time, effort and ammo. Yes, it is. This is a very nice tricky puzzle. There is a way that you can make it in time without that boulder rolling for the exit, but mostly you won't make it. However, if you leave this puzzle and come back, the position of the boulder will be reset. And that is something we can abuse by simply pulling out this block and moving it in the way. Unlike the boulder, the block won't reset. So I can just move out. As you can see, the block is reset. Open the door. And now the boulder will come, but it will get stuck behind the block. So I can move on. Back at the shaft, and I see that the winged idiot is in my way. Good riddance. That doesn't make this shaft secure though. And you can already hear the sound of flapping wings confirming that. Unfortunately, there's another orb, and yes, whatever you do, it will always pop. Sound tells me that the coast is clear now. Well, on the other side only those pink colors areas are safe. The rest is a slope right onto a set of spikes. Aren't too much trouble to take, nor are these shotgun shells that I will need very bad for the boss at the final level. First boss, there are 2 bosses there. Well, don't even think about directly crossing that bridge. You simply won't get over. Of course, I can still get those Uzi clips completely safe at this point. In the meantime, I see that the wires on the orb halfway got to move. Well, that orb is actually the least of my problems. Although a flying idiot will come out of there. This particular jump is really a tricky one, as it requires perfect timing, or you'll either fall behind it or past it. The orb will also pop on the moment I make this jump, and it's actually that combination that makes this quite terrible. The other growls are for now harmless, as long as I remain in this little sideway. But they will of course cause trouble soon enough. This is the place where you are least likely to get hurt by those creatures, as they don't have a very nice angle to fire at you. Because if you get on a more ideal shooting position, which would be the end of the bridge, those klapsaar will certainly get the best of you. this takes is a bit of patience. How long will it take to get within my shooting range? All I have to do is to hold the fire button, as Lara won't shoot, as it's not within shooting range. Now this jump is not as dangerous as it looks, as I won't drop into the lava if I mess this up. I can even manually drag myself out there. However, jumping is the faster way to do it. Now, nothing will seem to happen, but of course something did happen. Some Uzi clips. Always damn hard to see those things, especially on this underground. Yeah, watch out, those tiles will make you slide all the way into the lava. Well, this doorway was opened because I flipped that switch. And now I will get on the other side of the bridge with these nightly deadly blades, or klapzaak as I call them in Dutch. KLAPZAAG in single form, plural form KLAPZAGEN. That was not the right timing, but apparently I was further away from those blades as I thought I was. And this time I had my distance more properly covered. Well, this part is easy. Cherish it every time you have a more easy passage. As they are pretty rare at this point of the game. But hi, this is the second last level, so what did you expect? And yes, you can see it, there is that bloody shaft again. And as you can see, the top is not that far anymore. Let's be quick before that idiot catches up with me. And with the door closed, I'm out of its reach. Well, that corridor to that wall there is my target, but as you can see, there's no possible way to get there. There are some switches that will change the position of those pillars standing in the lava, and that will allow me to make my way through. Let's see how it's now. So far, so good. You really got to mind also here when you run and when you don't. Because if I make this jump a running one, I will suddenly get myself killed in the lava. As that would cause Laura to jump over this pillar I'm standing on, getting herself onto the lava behind it. Now I don't really need that last pillar, I can make the jump to that sub-corridor that I need to be quite easily, and there is also a platform below it. And this will make me able to reach the exit of this room. I really shouldn't do it that way, or she'll jump too far, killing herself in the process. Right? That one over there looks further away, but the truth is, it isn't. Right, and the last jump. Yeah, the architecture here, when in that fight, both occurs as a blessing. Let's see. Yeah. Now, don't flip that switch. It's a trap. This is the way to go, and you can see that shaft in the distance once again. Dang. Kaboom. Not quite sure how many winged idiots are in there. You can see that I'm very close to the top now. And that platform to the left over there is my target. I hear flapping wings, so that means there's another one. So I mustn't waste too much time aiming my jump anymore. Can I still get those Uzi clips? Yes, I can. Oh, there are even two sets. Okay, yes, I knew there was. Well, that wasn't much effort. Now this requires perfect timing. I can disable those klapzagen. chairs represent the the three great leaders of Atlanta: Quallapak, Tehokin, and the third one, someone with a name starting with an N. Well, those who played the game before know to whom that N refers. None of those switches open the door. They open the trapdoor. Well, let's go. Last night some knowledge saved my life. Well, the orbs will pop as soon as I switch the flip the switch to open the door. I am, however, not about to fight the creatures up here. There are some creatures down below I got to fight, and they are accompanied by a boss enemy, which is a very odd boss enemy. But I will discuss the boss later. Let's first get my ass out of here. And I'm out of here. Now I gotta save here, as there is a little bug in that. There's a little bug with the boss, I wanted to say, but getting myself killed will not get me anywhere. That is... And I guess the boss got its bug. You can, however, reset the boss by taking the slide again. And now it works. This boss is also nicknamed Bacon Lara. She has a bit of the same sizes, and you will see she exactly mirrors what I do. I can't kill her directly. That will only get myself killed. So I got to puzzle this out. Now, you can see over there is a trapdoor. That trapdoor reveals a lava pit. However, in order to make this boss possible, you can also see that the room is pretty much mirrored, except for textures, but the architecture is, except for no trapdoor over there. So the object is to open the trapdoor and stand on that platform so Bacon Lara will fall in. What is important though, the trapdoor is only open for a limited amount of time. Of course, when the time runs out, the trapdoor merely closes and I can reopen it. Once Bacon Lara has fallen in, the door over there will open and the trapdoor will remain open permanently. Well, so far I could all do this easily, which is due to my explanations and all. Only a good thing, well, we will see Bacon Lara standing over there. And I heard a muted orb pop, but that is not important right now. Now time is short. Anything I mess up means that I gotta start over, as I will definitely run out of time. Like so. No more use trying to do this again, because I will definitely not make it. Well, you saw the trapdoor closing. Well, one more look on Bacon Lara. As once I'm doing this timed, we will very likely not see her alive again. That is providing I don't mess up this time. It is absolutely useless to save the game here, as that will cause Bacon Lara to freeze as soon as I load my save game. And I must quit messing this up. Perhaps it's because I talk too much and I really need to focus. Okay. Yes. Ready, Jeroen? Do it. So far, so good. Okay. Yes, made it. And now stand on the right position and goodbye. Now I can safely save the game. Alt grammar, I know. That was also a bit of a mess up, but hey, the time is no longer running, so freaking cares. Well, one last honor to Bacon Lara. She was a very nice but odd opponent. Now there are some Atlantean mutants here, so I must be vigilant. Come out, wherever you are. centaur was merely the first one. There is another regular Atlantean. Yeah, there he is. That was the last fight in this level. Well, that door leads to the top of the shaft and is also the place where I can finish this level. Don't mind the noise yet, that's just some scenario stuff for what is happening inside. Nothing dangerous. Yes, I will first try to get any treasure. This because this puzzle is heavily timed. The door remains open a very short time and the bridge that forms will remain a bridge for even a shorter time. Or the other way around, but anyway, it's just be quick. Yeah, I'm sure this is a kind of secret passage, but I never worked out how to open it. Doesn't really matter. Let's go for this. Now this is not as much about jumping as Bacon Lava was. So that makes this a bit of an easier run. However, it is still very close. Well, how many seconds did I have left? Less than I expected. Now a very important note, there is a little oversight in this level design. You can technically jump to that platform which hangs over the shaft. However, doing so, you will survive it, but doing so will get you stuck forever. Good to see that the guys who created this game were not entirely infallible. Well, let's grab out the seance.
You can't do this.
We condemn you, Natla of Atlantis, for your crimes, for the flagrant misuse of your powers, and for robbing us of ours.
You can't,
Breaking the three bond of consent that our people are ruled and secured under, and invading Tealpan and myself with our army, our warriors, empty from our pyramid, so that you can use the pyramid, its powers of creation, for your own mindless destruction.
Mindless? Look at you. Neither of you have one squirt of inventive juice in your heads. Wasters.
Let's just do it.
Tehokan!
You use the sacramental place as a source of individual pleasure. As some freak factory.
They're survivalists, a new generation.
A slaughter heap now. And you, we're gonna lock you in limbo. Make your veins, heart, feet, and that diseased brain stick solid with frozen blood. Greet your eternal unrest, Natla!
You won't rest either, or your damned continent Atlantis.
Yes, that N on the picture refers to Natla, who was the third ruler of Atlantis. getting frozen and it was meant to be eternally. If you watch the opening movie at the start of the game, which I didn't show in these videos, you would actually have seen her break out. And her business woman looks. I'm earlier this guys. Well, you can see no audio here because this part is once again on an audio track and I got trouble in the emulation with that. But basically Natla tells Lara her part of the story. Well, don't assume Natla is dead. Don't. But before that, yes, that orb is gonna be trouble. Yes, well, this is a boss enemy. That's called the Uber Mutant of this game. The quickest way to get him killed is by using the shotgun. Although the shotgun is slow, it does most damage and the boss cannot move very quickly anyway. Now I have tried this under an unlimited ammo cheat and then it took me definitely more shots. I do suspect this game to shoot down the weapons when you have the unlimited ammo cheat on. That's not the way to do it. Of course, you must be very careful. Before you know it, you can fall down into the shaft below, which is supposed to depict the same shaft as in the previous level. And falling into the shaft is always death. I'm not really doing the best I've ever done in this particular fight. You should also be aware of the fact that the balls itself can push you into the shaft. And when it grabs you, it's just over. Now I must really see how far back. Dang, you can't be serious. I should have saved before starting on this boss. But I was already doing a terrible job there, so I actually kept in mind this could happen. Now luckily I can skip the confrontation between Natla and the two other rulers of Atlantis. However, that little cutscene between Lara and Natla cannot be skipped. Terrible as it is.
You can't do this.
I can. Well, as I said, I cannot skip this part. Whatever button I press, it will just go on. Luckily, this is not the longest cutscene in the game. It is only a bit annoying that I can't skip it, especially since there is no audio. Opzij, opzij, opzij. Met plaats, met plaats, met plaats. We hebben een ongelooflijke hest. Opzij, want wij zijn haast te laat. We hebben maar een paar minuten tijd. We moeten rennen, springen, vliegen, duiken, vallen, opstaan en weer doorgaan. We kunnen nu niet langer blijven staan. Een andere keer misschien. Now, and now the game goes on. The song I just sang may mean nothing to you. Any Dutch guy should know it. Well, let's save the game before doing anything else, so I really don't have to watch all that crap from before again. Some people calculated that it takes 21 shots to take this guy down. Well, the fact that it doesn't have a lower body also slows it down. It is, however, definitely a good idea to save halfway. That is. Whoa, that was very risky. Well, when you fall into the shaft but manage to grab the edge, it can't hurt you, but mostly that is not a very good thing to do. You see me putting away my shotgun, expect some big boom. And with that the door will also open, but let's first claim those movie clips. Well, this part is easy. Don't be disturbed by the sound of this. Because I cannot yet be heard there. Righto, now all the way up. And let's push. And now from here I can reach those killer blades. Or as I like to call them in Dutch, the klapzaag. Now be warned, look well, there are some loose tiles before those blades. That means that you really must time well. Now you should survive the fall down there. However, the second attempt will be by far more difficult. Well, that takes care of that. Now this is a bit of a nasty situation. The way to go is that platform with the doors closed. And that push block is not really located well in order to provide a way. Or is it? As I can push it from the other side. back up. And let's push. And again. Now I can't climb up the regular way, but that's not really a problem, as I can just use this corridor. Go all the way around. And well, here I am. Well, over there is a secret passage. And the bridge closes when I'm pretty far into those slides area. Then the bridge will only stay up for a very brief period, allowing me to claim the treasures, and then it will collapse again. Don't worry about getting trapped inside the passage, as there is a switch in there which can close the bridge. Very good. Now you won't hear the bridge coming up, so you really have to check it like this. It is pretty clear I need another jump to do it. And then from there, see, now it's closed. Now you really need to watch out with those sparks. They can hurt you and they can even kill you. That can lead to some very mysterious deaths if you don't take it well into account. Well, that switch will close the bridge again if it opens too soon. But if you do this quickly, you can manage quite fine. That's to make sure that it won't open up right under my feet. Let's first use a medipack, as I did get hurt by those fire sparks. Yeah, I can best do another jump. Or at least I thought so. I always hate it when that happens. If you keep this up long enough, you can jump yourself to safety. One of the tricks I learned over time. Of course, now the real danger is still there, as I need to jump straight through those sparks. How is my health doing? Terrible. Incoming. I told you I really like those bulbous wraps. here, but there is one here. Incoming. And that takes care of that. And let's go all the way up. Yes, I'm getting closer to the ski on. Now this is a bit of a terrible thing. You cannot go down without hurting yourself. But I seem to have plenty of HP. Now those ski-ons are a danger. So let's just... Let's get out of here quickly. What the fuck was I doing? Pressing the wrong button. That was what I was doing. Dang, I really must go back a long time now. Well, basically I know the drill. And I was just about to save the game. That was the worst part actually. As I knew I was getting into a dangerous zone. Very good. Just use my guns, then at least I won't waste any ammo. Let's make a save game this time. Well, anyway, what I was trying to say before I pressed the wrong button. From now on, you will suffer some earthquakes every time, and that is pretty annoying. Well, these arrow traps, you can try to avoid them, but it requires such perfect timing that you can rather not waste your effort on it, but just heal yourself up if needed. Always get yourself hurt. Well, the only way to get over that gorge is at the place that those swinging blade that swinging blade, is yet I was not allowed to disallow the game creators a bit of fun. Now this is just a matter of perfect timing. The earthquakes can get a bit annoying here, but it is not that hard. The camera position is actually an issue. Well, that settles that. This. Although it didn't take me too much practice to master this one. Yeah, that platform over there is a secret passage. I've never ever worked it out. It's actually more trouble than it's worth. So let's just... That is neglecting to press the jump button in time. Let's just slide my way down. Yes, there is a swinging axe there, but don't mind that as long as you're hanging. And a boulder. And yes, it will only roll once you're over those loose tiles. This boulder is not as hard as it looks. You only need... There was a medipack over there. You can still get it. That requires a bit of well-timed jumping. I'm not quite sure if I was supposed to be able to do that, or if this is merely a glitch, and then a true glitch often confused with bugs. Well, that boulder over there is rather looking scary than an actual threat. Now this is a matter of getting over as fast as you can. The entire room will flood with lava while you are on this. Forget about that medipack, or you'll get yourself killed. Two boulders, one up there and one on the lower level. The one above is just running close enough. That was not close enough. But if you run too far, you'll fall into the pit. Now don't ever make this a running jump. Doing so will get you crushed. Just jump. And you'll make it through unharmed. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning as the world was turning. This puzzle looks harder than it is. Well, you can see you must land on that tile just past the swinging axe. It is a loose tile, so you will fall down. Behind it is just a secret passage that is more trouble than it's worth. Don't worry about falling down. If you land precisely on that loose tile, you will just end up in the pool below. In real life, you would get crushed under the surface of the water. I guess it didn't work that way in this virtual reality. Well, and this is the last time in the game that I will need to swim. As just on the other side of this pool is where the final boss is located. Let's first pick up the Uzi clips. Now the fun part about the final boss is it is technically possible to skip it and hit the exit without killing the boss. I recommend heavily against it, as the level architecture is set up that way that trying to do so is a recipe to get yourself killed. Come on, Atla, I know you're there. Yes, she fused with her own freaky experimental things. No, she's not dead yet. Get
You
up.
can't bump off me and my brood so easy, Lara.
And now we are with her for real. as it is quite a way to go with a lot of running and jumping. And straight through the room where Netla was flying around, and that is precisely the reason why you can better not try to exit the level without killing her, as it will really be in Netla's advantage only. Well, let's make another save game just to make sure. However, with all the experience you got by getting this far, you should actually not be messing this up anymore. This is really the easier part of the level, even with these terrible earthquakes. And yes, that corridor up there is where it ends. Whee, all the way down. And well, that's it, folks. You can still watch the show in seeing the pyramid go boom. I wonder, was Seamus Finnegan in there? Well, and that finishes Tomb Raider 1. I do also own the CD with the unfinished business levels. However, I was never able to complete them all. There are 2 Egyptian levels and 2 more Atlantean levels in there. Particularly those Atlantean levels are quite terrible. So that's why I didn't record them, and I have no short-term plans to do so anyway. Anyway, this is it for Tomb Raider. If any of the other games that I have recorded but didn't narrate so far, but you still want me to narrate them anyway, just let me know in the comments below. And of course, I'll say it again, I did skip a small part of the game. This is just a demo mode, this is not me doing. I did skip a part of a level, small portion, somewhere halfway the game. And the question is, if you found out where I did. If you think you found it out, let me know in the comments below, and I will tell you if that was actually correct or not. Well, that having said, I'm going to exit this game I wish you a nice day, and perhaps until another time. Bye bye. Oh yes, this is my menu program. Well, I'm really going out now. See you.